My interest actually began when I was a young person, and my dad had just built a little greenhouse attached to our house and started growing rhododendrons from seeds, which is kind of a tedious thing because rhododendron seeds are like microscopic and they need special treatment and it's very delicate, and I just thought it was really cool, and I got into like helping him with that. And a neighbor of ours gave me some seeds to plant of a chestnut tree. And he said, hey, you should plant these. And so I had a book that I looked up that was a book about tree seeds. And so I started getting interested in the chestnut tree. I started reading more about it. And about the same time, I would have been 15, 16. And another neighbor gave me another book to read. And it was called Tree Crops, a Permanent Agriculture. It was written by J. Russell Smith. I thought that was really cool, so I wanted to learn more about that. So there I was, the great old age of 16, and I already knew I was interested in chestnut trees. And the first chestnut tree I ever saw, I grew from a seed I planted myself. I married my wife on purpose so I could move to Italy. I married an Italian. We met in grad school in Oregon. And I followed her home and married her. And my son, Emilio, was born in Turin, Italy, in northern Italy, which is really close to the center of the northern Italian chestnut production. And so I actually, later in life, thanks to Paola, being married to the Italian, I stayed in Italy for 7 years. I did my doctorate work in Italy on chestnut. And eventually I had the opportunity to actually travel to Corsica. I've been to Corsica twice, sort of following in the footsteps of J. Russell Smith. My wife's family had just gone through a terrible crisis. Her dad had died. He was a famous chef. And she's pregnant. And we're both on the verge of unemployed. She's actually unemployed. And I had like 1 month to go on my job. And so you can see the whole world is crashing down around you, right? And the phone rings. And I pick it up. And it's this guy that I had met like 2 years before at a meeting. And he heard me talk. He heard a talk I had given about chestnuts in Europe. I went for a job interview, and I got what's called a postdoc. It's what you do after you get your PhD. And they hired me, and I was at it's a USDA ARS, which is Agriculture Research Service experiment station in McMinnville. It's the National Nursery Crops Research Station, so a nursery business. When I started in 1994, we had 40-acre cornfield and a really nice brand new double-wide trailer parked in the middle of the cornfield. That's all we had. And it was really tough. The restaurant scene in McMinnville was dismal. My wife was in real culture shock. And we eventually fell in love with the place. We made friends that have become our dearest friends. And we travel back there all the time. It was a 2-year position. So the most significant result that we've got, I think, over the years, we were looking in the right place at the right time. And about 15 years ago, I started making F1 hybrids using local American chestnuts and as many different kinds of Chinese chestnuts as I could get my hands on. And at the time, it was about 10. And I noticed we made some observations about those hybrids that directly contradicted some widely understood truths about these hybrids. And that was a puzzle. And so the easy solution is that Craddock made a mistake, which I can accept that, kind of, except I don't think I made a mistake. So we went back and we did it again. And we got the same result. So we got the same result twice that contradicts her result. And it turns out it has to do with some basic biology. And so we uncovered a whole area of research interest where we're looking at the genetic diversity of chestnut in the southeast. But we made some choices years ago in our experiments that have led to totally wonderful and unexpected opportunities that we have today. And then this job I have here at UTC, I got this job, I started in 1996. I was invited here because of my interest in chestnut. There was a group of chestnut enthusiasts, volunteer scientists, citizen scientists who were working on chestnut restoration, invited me to come and give a guest lecture at UTC. So I've got a little bit of money to support a graduate student, and I've got a title after my name on the official letterhead, which is the UC Foundation Professor in Biology or something like that. I can't remember what it is. And it's thanks to Bill Owens, Dolly's Uncle Bill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we owe a huge credit. And so I've got a long list of students. I wish I had that printed out. I would give it to you. The list of students that the Dollywood money has supported over the last 15 years. It's a long list, and lots of productivity, lots of research papers and progress. We've planted tens of thousands of chestnut trees. That you have to be always open to, being able to see the things that matter. And so keep an open mind and work really, really hard. So just if you work hard and you keep an open mind and you're receptive, you can make discoveries.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire,